The dark side of Married with Children. Number 1. David Faustino had a crush on his TV sister. Despite their on-screen animosity, there were rumors that David Faustino and Christina Applegate, who played the Warren siblings, hooked up. When Faustino was asked about this gossip in an interview with LA Weekly, he responded saying, "I don't kiss and tell, keep that one a mystery." And in another interview with Hip Hop DX, he laughed off the rumors, claiming that he was merely bragging in his previous admissions. Number 2. The sad reason why Katie Saigel's pregnancy was just a dream on the show. During season 6 premiere She's Having My Baby, Peggy revealed she was pregnant. But at the end of the season, it turned out to be just a dream, and Peg wasn't pregnant at all, which left the fans surprised and confused. The truth was, during filming, Katie Sagal became pregnant with her then-husband Jack White's child. But sadly, in 1991, she suffered a stillbirth and the writers had to change her pregnancy storyline. After her loss, Sagal took some time off from shooting, so she had to be absent for several episodes to deal with it. She also shared that she was constantly harassed by paparazzi following her loss. Number 3. Adult film actors were frequently hired on set. The Married with Children audience wasn't famous for cheering every time an attractive woman came on set. Sometimes it got so bad that they had to pause filming. And the writers loved it, to the point that they purposely cast pornographic actors for the audience's titillation. Speaking with Hip Hop DX, David Faustino revealed that writers Ron Leavitt and Michael Moy were two of the biggest hound dogs of all time. They had porn stars on the show, Faustino said. Terry Weigel, she would came through all the time and she would be flashing everybody. He also remembered a time when Weigel put the then 15-year-old's head underneath her top, exposing her bare breasts to him. That was every teenager's dream, so he left it off. But looking back at it, he admitted that it was an appropriate act to subject a child to. Number 4. Inappropriate behavior towards kids. Christina Applegate was only 15 years old when the show began. Despite this, she was highly sexualized from the outset of the show. She was constantly shot every time she bent over, wearing tight clothes. Number 5. The role of Al Bundy severely damaged Ed O'Neill's career prospects. While the character Al Bundy was beloved by many, it ended up harming Ed O'Neill's career. He was kind of stuck with that character. No one could see beyond the famous Bundy shirt and slacks combo. Before starting the show, O'Neill was an established dramatic actor, but years of playing Al Bundy insulted women who came into his store has left him typecast. In fact, when O'Neill did a screen test in the war movie Flight of the Intruder, the audience couldn't stop laughing when he emerged on screen, despite the fact that he was performing in a highly dark scene. Needless to say, he didn't get the role because of this. Number 6. Katie Sagal thought the show was sexist and misogynistic. Over the years, the show had attracted a certain male demographic for several reasons. Its aggressive and insult-driven humor, constant shots of cleavages or exposed people, and showing women as objects. For that, the sitcom had been frequently called by critics sexist, unmatched in its objectification and demeaning of women. But it's not just critics who think that. Katie Sagal also critiqued the show for its misogyny. It was a very misogynistic show, she said in a Bild interview, adding, "Women were portrayed like completely exploited on that show. That was part of Al Bundy's thing. He liked hot women and they showed them all the time." Although Sagal acknowledged that the show was misogyny and exploitive, she shared that when fans would confront her about acting that role, Sagal explained that it was her job to interpret the role from a woman's perspective, thereby subverting its inherent sexism. Number 7. No one from the cast knew about the show's cancellation. In 1997, the sitcom Married with Children ended after 11 years on air, but it seems the show stars were the last to find out. On the Ellen DeGeneres show, Ed O'Neill recounted he went back home to Youngstown, Ohio when a newlywed couple declared that Married with Children had been cancelled, much to his surprise. But he wasn't the only one in the dark. Christina Applegate said during an interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live, that she discovered the show was cancelled from a friend who had been listening to radio. Kevin and Bean knew before me. Someone I knew had heard it on Kevin and Bean and then called me to tell me that the show was cancelled, she disclosed. Not only did the stars know about the show's cancellation from outsider sources, they were also cheated out of royalties. O'Neill admitted that he didn't receive a dime from Married with Children reruns. Number 8. Ed O'Neill and Amanda Bears hated each other. On screen, lonely short salesman Al Bundy and his super successful yuppie neighbor Marcy were always bickering. Well, it appears that it wasn't always an act. In real life, Ed O'Neill and Amanda Bears did not get along at all. The two were always engaged in a feud, particularly toward the end of the series. During a Q&A at Rally SuperCon, Bears was asked about her relationship with O'Neill and replied, "I follow the Thumper rule. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all." He was not happy towards the end of the series, and so that affected everything, she added. Number 9. This controversial episode was cut off the air. It's no surprise that the show Married with Children was surrounded with controversies. Per the New York Times, a woman named Terry Ricolta even campaigned to boycott the show. She even got a number of advertisers, including the likes of McDonald's, to pull their ads from Fox. And that was only the start. In season 3, the episode "I'll See You in Court" ended up being cut as it was deemed too provocative. The plot of that episode was centered on Al and Peg going to a motel and, unbeknownst to them, making tapes due to hidden cameras in the room. In 2004, the episode was released on DVD and the fans could finally watch the last episode. Despite Ricolta's efforts to have Married with Children cancelled, the controversy surrounding it only attracted more attention and more views, which led to the show's long run. Number 10. Amanda Bears got bullied on and off cameras. Amanda talked about the show's humor to the Fayetteville Observer. "It was a raunchy, mean-spirited show. It couldn't have been made today. I'm not sure it should have been made then." In an interview with thenews.com, Bears also confessed that she faced sexist harassment in the industry, which led to her abandoning acting. Although she did not explicitly blame her time on Married with Children for leaving acting, she disclosed that she was frequently bullied both on and off screen. Even Ed O'Neill admitted that he believed the series was cruel at the best of times, but said that it was necessary for the comedy. "I always thought that comedy is basically mean-spirited," he told the Los Angeles Times.